Okay, Shroomy 97 here. Just starting with Skyrim skill building, no, class building, and this will be Battlemage for the first one. Okay, so first we'll start with magic. This level here is only 69. You can go up to 81, but I personally don't know what to put points into, and I don't think you really get to 81. And if you do, you can put your points into whatever you want. Alright, so alteration. It's the first skill that I think you will need as a battle mage. So, novice alteration. That's really useful because the first spells plus magica won't be using dual casting because you're gonna have a sword in the other hand. Mage armor, well, you're gonna be wearing armor, so you don't need that. Magic resistance, so this is really good. Blocks 20% of a spell's effects, and that's on level 3. So that's a lot of damage reduced or effects reduced. Cast Adept, Expert, Atronach. We're not going to be using Alt Master because they require 2 hands. Alright, Atronach. Absorb 30% of the magic of any spell that hits you. That's really useful. A lot of damage or whatever reduce. Stability. Alteration spells have greater duration. That will be useful because we won't have to keep using your alteration spell. Next, for Conjuration. Okay, so this one was a bit hard to choose which ones to do, but obviously Novice. We won't be using Master. Right. So all the way up to Expert. You can use Master if you want, but Sword in the other hand. So, we won't be using this, Conjuration, dual casting. Summoner can summon twice as far away. That'll be useful if you're ambushing or something like that. Not really like sneak ambush, you just come across them and you summon it from far away so you have more time to swap to a healing spell or something, or an alteration spell. Atromancy, so double duration for conjured Atronachs. That's useful because you'll have more time. Food spent more powerful, that's useful because they're obviously more powerful. Right, you can have 2 Atronachs or reanimated zombies. That would be quite useful. If you're going against a lot of different types of things, you could fire Atronach, frost Atronach at the same time. Necromancy, great duration for reanimated dead. That's if you use reanimated dead. If not, you don't need it. And that's really useful, obviously making them more stronger. Now onto restoration. We won't be using these 2, but you can if you want. This is more passive magic. I guess that's passive too, but Right, restoration. Not going up to master again. So novice all the way up to expert. Generation 50% more. That's useful. We won't be using this because we're not using master spells, and I don't know of any other spells that attack. Alright, respite. Healing spells also restore stamina. That's very useful for someone that's using a sword because you're going to be using power attacks, which are very useful. Right, Magicka regenerates 50% faster. You need 2 points in this. So, obviously, that's useful. Void Death, this is really good. Once a day, heals 250 points automatically if you fall below 10% health. So, obviously, you're going to want that because it's useful. It's like another power, except it's automatic. Alright, we're not going to be using this. Now on for combat. Heavy armor. So, just max everything, but I'll just go through. Juggernaut, 100% increased armor rating. You're going to be wearing head, chest, hands, and feet, and a matching set. So, all steel plate, or all steel, or all Daedric, or whatever you wear. Not like one steel, one Daedric, whatever, one steel plate, one iron, whatever. But you're going to want the same type of armor. Head, chest, hands, and feet. So, if you're wearing head, chest, hands, and feet, this can be mixed, but this is 25% extra. This is 50% less stagger, which is obviously useful. This is for the matching set, 25%. So from this, this, and this, you already have 150% extra damage right there. Oh, extra bonus. Right, deflect blows. 10% chance to reflect melee damage back to the enemy while wearing all heavy armor. So you're going to want to be wearing everything. That's very useful. Okay, Fist of Steel. This will be good for brawls, which are used a lot in Skyrim. Cushioned. Half damage from falling when wearing all. So that's obviously all of it as well. Conditioning. Rank heavy armor. Weighs nothing and doesn't slow you down when worn, so that's like not needing the steed perk anymore. And then for one-handed, gonna be using one-handed weapons do 100% more damage, which is very useful. We're not gonna you can choose blade, sword, mace, or axe, and then this gives bleeding damage. Mace gives ignore armor, which goes up to 75%, which is very useful. And this does 20% chance of doing critical damage. Alright, Savage, you want all three of these. These just power attacks. 25% paralyze, less bonus damage with a chance to decapitate enemies, less stamina, double damage for a sprint. Power attack, no stealth because obviously the Battlemage. Enchanting, so here's where we're going to be relying on making armor and then making it very strong, which will be majority of how to make your Battlemage strong. If you're just relying on combat and magic, mixing these two is hard to stay alive unless you're playing on easy or novice or apprentice or something. If you're playing on hard, adept, you're going to want to have these two. So in smithing first, obviously. We didn't want to do steel smith all the way up to dragon armor, depending on what you're going to wear. And then arcane, because if you enchant your armor, you need to improve it, and you can't improve it unless you have this. So get this to 100 so you can improve it to legendary. And then enchanting, we're not going to worry about these unless you're enchanting weapons and you want that, but personally I don't care about that. Right, so you're going to want enchanter, make them 100% stronger, very useful. Skill enchantments on armor are 25% stronger. Health and magicka, stamina, enchantments 25% stronger. Can put 2 enchantments on the same item. Soul Squeezer, soul gems provide extra magic for recharging. And this gives 5% of the victim's soul will recharge the weapon. So that's obviously pretty useful. And that there is the Battlemage completed. Hope you enjoyed, and goodbye.